Kung ikaw yung pet owner na mahilig sa last-minute bookings pagdating sa pag-hire ng pet sitter, here's why you should stop doing this. So for context lang muna, I have a full-time remote work and pet sitting is my side job. I usually tell this to my clients para ma-inform nila ako ahead of time kung kailan nila ako kakailanganin. Now, this client that I'm going to share with you, he followed through for the first few bookings. Maayos yung usapan namin, hindi kami nagkakaproblema, nag-i-inform naman siya at least a week before yung scheduled service day namin. Madali lang yung routine ng fur babies niya at provided din lahat ng needs nila kaya wala naman kami masyadong naging issue. He became a regular client naman. Until one time, minessage niya ako to pet sit for him the next day. Fortunately, available naman ako that time so I said, yes, sige, ako nang bahala, I will look after them, sabi ko. But please, if ever kaya next time, inform me ahead of time or at least a few days before para hindi tayo magkaroon ng problema if ever na hindi talaga ako pwede. Sabi ko. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. What actually happened was nagsunod-sunod yung last-minute bookings niya na hindi na rin talaga ako available. But I had to find a way para ma-retain ko siya as client ko. So what I did that time, I coordinated with different pet sitters around sa area niya para just in case na hindi talaga ako available, may another pet sitter na babackups at sasaluhin siya. Okay? Ganun yung ginawa kong setup sa aming dalawa. And he actually agreed to it. Now, the setup would be, sa akin na siya magre-rely ng information kung kailan niya kakailanganin. Sa akin na din napapasok yung payment, which I will be sending out to the pet sitter after the service day. Imimit lang niya yung mga pet sitters. Ako nang bahala sa mga pet sitters kung paano yung routine dahil kabisado ko naman na yung fur babies niya. Ako na rin ang nagfo-forward kung sino yung fur baby na to, kung kanino yung dapat ganitong food, kung ano yung klase ng routine na dapat nilang gawin. Ako na ang nag-send ng lahat ng files, wala na siyang iintindihin. In a way, that worked for all of us. Ang laking tulong para sa mga pet sitters kasi naghahanap pa lang sila ng kliyente. Binigay ko siya as a first-time client nila para magkaroon agad sila ng experience. It was really helpful for me because I was able to retain the client without actually doing the job. Mas lalong convenient kay client kasi ayaw na niya ng paulit-ulit. So ako na yung nagpasa ng information para sa mga pet sitters. I don't know if I made the right decision at that time. Somehow it worked for all of us. And then this happened. 6 p.m. he messaged me. I need someone to look after them at 9 p.m. tonight. I need someone to look after them at 9 p.m. tonight. He messaged me at exactly 6 p.m. that day. And I was like, that's very last minute booking na hindi ko na na-foresee. Naaabot ng 3 hours to send him a pet sitter. Okay, hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko. Saan ako hahanap ng pet sitter ng ganong oras? Nasolusyonan ko yung problema niya na next day booking talaga. But then yung 3 hours lang, yun yung naging problema ko naman. What am I gonna do? Hindi ko rin talaga alam, honestly. Hindi ko talaga alam. It's so easy to say na ipadala mo na lang yung isang pet sitter na nakuha mo. That's very easy na. Sige, please punta ka naman dito para kay client. But then I had to consider these pet sitters. 2 of them were university students doing this part-time and just on vacation kaya nakakapunta sila during last-minute bookings. Yung isa already informed me that she cannot be available for the whole week because she's going to be very busy with her work. I just want to respect their schedule, their time kung kailan lang sila available. Of course, hindi ako pwede. I was running out of options already. Hindi rin pwedeng pet hotel or pet boarding kasi may isang dog doon na hindi talaga pwedeng maiwan sa ibang lugar at nai-stress. So that's not something to consider. Tried to negotiate with his schedule just to see kung meron pang room for adjustment, kung kaya bang ipagpabukas na lang para sige ako na lang mag-handle ng fur babies niya at mas kampante siya. Negative. Sinubukan ko lang naman. Kung pwede, di win. If not, edi okay. So I tried. I failed. Okay, next. Hanap ulit ako ng bagong pet sitter. Now look at this. I was looking for another pet sitter. A new pet sitter na hindi ko kilala, na hindi niya kilala, at hindi kilala ng pets niya. What's the risk? Kung may anak ka, ipapaalaga mo ba yung anak mo sa ibang tao na nakilala mo lang online dahil wala ka ng oras para maghanap, dahil sobrang rush ka na at wala ka ng ibang mapag-iwanan? So sabi ko na lang sa kanya, I'm so sorry, I couldn't find any pet sitter for you from 9 p.m. tonight. It's just too risky para sa'yo at para sa fur babies mo. Hindi ko kilala, hindi mo kilala, hindi rin kilala ng fur babies mo. Napakaalanganin na talaga. And he just said, okay, thanks for your help. Tinanong ko siya, so what about your errands? Hindi tayo makakahanap ng pet sitter ngayon. Sabi niya, they need to adjust then. So kailangan din mag-adjust ng mga errands niya kasi hindi talaga niya pwedeng iwanan yung fur babies niya. Now, if you're going to analyze what happened in that situation, Nasanay ng paulit-ulit sa last-minute booking si client. Na-tolerate ko siya as pet sitter by giving him my backup pet sitters. Nasanay siya sa akin na may mabibigay ako sa kanya kung kailan niya kakailanganin. Now, when I was not able to provide him a pet sitter at that 9 p.m., dahil I have to consider the safety of my pet sitters, dun niya na-realize yung problema na siya na yung naabala. Siya na yung hindi niya ngayon alam kung anong gagawin sa errands niya, paano yung fur babies niya. What happened to my client was maybe for you pet owners to realize na at the end of the day, kung wala kang makuhang pet sitters due to your habitual last-minute bookings, sa'yo at sa'yo lang din babagsak ang problema. Ikaw ang mahihirapan, ikaw ang maaabala, ikaw lang ang may stress. And if ever you got lucky, you found a sitter na hinar mo basta-basta nang walang kaabog-abog at pinapunta mo sa bahay mo just to look after your fur babies, you will be compromising the only thing that you should be prioritizing, which is yung safety ng fur baby mo at security ng bahay mo. Whatever happens next, that will be your sole responsibility. I really don't want to scare you, but we just don't know what might happen. Okay? So if possible, please plan ahead para mas makahanap ka ng pet sitter na mapagkakatiwalaan mo. Also, much better kung meron kang backup na regular sitters, na lahat ng mga sitters na yon naka-work mo na at kilala na yung pets mo. Don't hire someone as a backup sitter kung hindi pa kilala yung fur babies mo at hindi mo pa nami-meet basta-basta. And kung hindi mo naman din talaga kayang ma-schedule ng mas maaga yung mga plano mo at hindi talaga ma-avoid yung habitual last-minute bookings, better to hire someone full-time that can work with your pets, or be willing to pay an extra charge for any pet sitter na willing mag-accommodate ng last-minute bookings mo. They will have to rearrange their plans to accommodate yours. And if you're a pet sitter who's also experiencing last-minute bookings ng paulit-ulit, it's only fair that you charge a little higher than your normal rate. You can add a percentage on your normal rate or ikaw nang bahala kung paano mo ito-tweak yung pricing mo kasi magkakaiba tayo. And that's how you set fairness between the client and you as a sitter. Huwag ka matakot na magtaas ng rates mo pagdating sa mga last-minute bookings. It's only fair enough and the right clients will understand and will pay you for it. It's just a way for you to teach your clients to be respectful of your time as well as a pet sitter. Okay? And this is Yvette, your trusted pet sitter. And if you need my services, message me for availability and follow for more. Bye!